I'm about to flip the script and change the game plan. I'm about to boss it up and be my own man. Credit Karma say my score around in the six. I heard that paying mortgage way less than paying rent. Equity, tax breaks, make no mistakes. Money piling out, watch my co-workers hate. Anyway, rate increase, no way. Just gotta raise on my job, more pay. I'm on Realtor.com, Zillow every day. I think about it all the time on my lunch break. When I want it, best believe I'ma get it. I'ma get me a house, it might take a minute. My boy Los got a BA loan, he a vet. I might holler at him, asking what the next step. I'ma get that, I'ma get that, I'ma get that, I'ma get it. Hey, what's up, world? This is Ed Averett with the Ava Home Group, Fathom Realty. Welcome to the Process Podcast. Today we have a special guest, Greg Cooley from Excite Mortgage with us. Welcome to the show, Greg. I think we have some technical difficulties. Welcome to the show. All right. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. I think we're having some technical difficulties. I don't want to be like Teddy Riley them, so we may have to reschedule. Can you hear me? I feel like this is a bad episode of Versus. All right.
Can you
hear me now? Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
hear me?
yeah.
All right, we good then. Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go.
okay. I was feeling like Teddy Riley, like that guy that was dancing. He just froze like that. All right, so welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about move-up buyers and sellers, and some sellers are also looking to downsize. So welcome to the show, Greg.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me, man. I'm excited. This market is crazy, but it is definitely a seller's market, bro.
It is crazy. It is crazy. So the real estate market, like you said, is crazy right now. It's a seller's market all day. Highest and best on just about every property listed. Houses going under contract within 24 hours or less. Isn't that crazy? Buyers willing to pay over the appraisal amount. So a person would have to ask, if you have a property to sell, what you waiting on? Why you sitting on your property? Why you sitting on all that equity? And why wouldn't you sell your house right now, right?
Right. Absolutely.
So a lot of prospects that I talk to say that if they sell their property, they don't know where they're going to go. They don't want to be homeless. They don't want to pay more for less. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, yeah, I get that same question. Hey, Greg, I really thinking about moving. I'm thinking about moving up. I'm thinking about moving on, right? But I have to have a property, especially in this market. I have to have a property first before I sell mine. Otherwise, I'm going to be homeless, right, Greg? And the answer is no, you won't be, because there are ways to purchase a home and use the equity that you have even before you sell your home. And again, you have to remember something as well. You got to remember that there's a cushion. So there a lot of people are like, hey, before I close on my home, right? Am I going to be able to afford 2 payments, right? Before I sell on my home? Well, like you said, Ed, many times people are going under contract within hours of putting their house on the market, period, right? When you buy a home, first and foremost, understand that you do have a 1-month cushion. So by the time that you make your first payment, right, you could very well already have sold your home and have other money, other equity sitting in your bank account. However, outside of that, you can use the money within your equity right now by getting a home equity line of credit or a home equity loan and using some of the equity in your property to go towards your down payment on a new house. And again, if we can find out if you're non-contingent, right, you can actually purchase a home before you've actually sold your other home. So that's why it's important to talk to a loan officer.
Absolutely. And that's what I tell my clients. I tell them the first step is we want to get you in touch with a lender
first to see where you stand in terms of financing and buying power. So, sometimes some of my prospects or some of my clients, their credit score may have changed since they originally bought the house. So that's the reason why we want to send them over to you guys, because you're the experts. You'll be able to look at everything and see how much they qualify for, right?
Exactly.
Because you need to work on their credit. So if they have to work on their credit, they may not want to sell unless they have a contingency plan to maybe rent for a couple of months or something like that.
Right. And as a lender, what we would do is we would look at their credit. We would pull their credit. We'll see how much they have in their debt to income ratio, first and foremost. We'll look at the credit scores. We'll see any opportunities to increase their credit so that, they can get more purchasing power. But we'll also look at what their payment would be after applying the equity of the house sold to their new to the new property that they would purchase. So by doing that, we would have a full plan ready to go for somebody that's ready to sell and ready to move up or move on or even move down.
Gotcha. And what I'm seeing is a lot of my clients, they're accumulating lots of equity in a short period of time. And this won't last forever. So it's a seller's market now, but we don't know what's going to happen in 6 months to a year. Am I correct?
That's correct. And actually, what we do know is that the rates are ticking up right now. The economy is improving. Rates are ticking up. Unfortunately, some buyers that are approved right now may not be here in a few months because of the interest rates going up, right? Because, again, interest rates have been at historic lows. So, again, it's going to level the playing field quite a bit when it comes to buyers and sellers. So right now, especially right now, it is a seller's market going into probably, again, the summer. Right now is the best time to prepare to move up if you're thinking about it, because, again, going into the summer, going into August, that kind of time frame where there's a lot of people looking to prepare their children and they're moving to get their children in the right school districts and things of that nature. This time is the hottest time for a seller to put their house on the market.
Gotcha. Peyton Schmidt is saying, hey, what's going on? Thank you for watching, Peyton. I've had a couple of clients that sold their home last year and were only in it for a year. And they accumulated, after everything was said and done, they probably made $25,000 to $30,000 after they sold their property. That's huge. So they did nothing to it. They didn't make any changes to the property. All they did was pay their mortgage. And when they sold their house, they made $25,000 to $30,000. They didn't have to use all of that money to put down on their next property, but they had money to put down, and they also had money to pay off their bills. So I think a lot of people just don't really understand how it works, but it's just that easy, right?
It is. It really is easy. It is very, very, very easy to, again, move up, get a plan from your loan officer on what that would look like, right? And how you can utilize your equity going into the next property. Absolutely. Hands down.
Gotcha. And I also have some sellers, everybody's situation is different. I have some sellers that want to downsize because their kids are going to college. Maybe they're going through a divorce or separation or maybe even job loss. So I'm running across some people, with the pandemic, they've been losing, employment. Maybe they were able to afford their house, that particular house at the time, but because of all of that, they can't afford it. So a lot of times it's a good idea for them to sell, so that way they don't lose it and they don't get foreclosed. So those are some situations too that I'm seeing out there. All right. So do you have any other advice for move up buyers from a lender standpoint?
A lot of times, a lot of people ask me, hey, Greg, is my payment going to be a lot more if I move up? Right. And again, the answer to that is not always. And many times, no. Right. Because like you said, Ed, in a matter of, again, the average is 4 or 5 years. But again, in a matter of a year, a client can absolutely increase their equity position by $25,000 to $30,000. Put it over 3 or 4 years, you're talking about $100,000, right? You don't have to utilize all of that in order to, again, bring your payment apply it to the principal of the home, and your payment could be just at the same level, if not less, on a new home or a move-up home as it was on the home that you're currently in. So a lot of, I would say a lot of misconceptions are out there about moving up. And that's why I'm so glad you invited me on to talk about this, because I'm telling you, man, if we could clear up some of these misconceptions, right? Again, like you said, is it always going to be a seller's market? No, there's a lot of different factors that are about to level off this playing field between sellers and buyers. So we got to clear that misconception up. Oh, we can wait. No, sirree. Now is the time to do it. Now is the time to make a move. That if you're thinking again, if you're even considering moving up, talk to a lender, talk to your real estate agent. Let's see what your home can be valued at. And then let's see what we can do with that equity position and your credit and your debt to income ratio, and see what we can do to move you up and maybe keep you at the same payment, if not less, right?
Right.
And the last thing I would say is, again, can I afford the second home? That's the one misconception that everybody have. Can I afford that double payment? Because they're just, a lot of people are like, I can't afford a double payment. Well, with the market as it is right now, and we're seeing, I just had a client before we came on say, I was looking at a house, and before I could even get out there, it's under contract. Houses are selling within hours, right? So if you can do a home equity line of credit, and if your debt to income ratio can sustain it, right, you can literally be non-contingent, be in your new home, put your home on the market, and before your home even sells, you won't even, or before your home sells, you won't even have another payment on your property, because it's going to sell before you have that second payment, right? Because of the cushion that you have going into it. So if we could clear those misconceptions up, I think we may be able to have more inventory. We just got to get realtors talking about this thing.
Right. Definitely a movement, and I'm definitely, me and my team, we're here to help if anyone is interested in, just finding out the value. And it may not work for you, so we may talk about it and talk through it, and you may decide, hey, I'm going to just stay, and just, it's just better for me to stay. So everybody's situation is different, but you at least want to just kind of educate yourself, get with the experts, and find out what you can do. You may be sitting on a lot of money and not even realize it. So that's what we're here for.
Absolutely. And I've seen, again, one thing I've seen people do in the move up process is change their entire financial dynamic. Because, again, the equity that they're sitting on not only can move them up, help them, towards the principal of the new home, it can actually pay down some credit. It can actually alleviate some of the debt that they're carrying right now, right? And paying that off. And then not only is your mortgage payment either the same or lower, but your entire financial payment history can be lower due to utilizing the equity in your home. That's why, again, home ownership is the foundation to building wealth. Preparation is the key to home ownership. And this is how we use equity to either move up or, again, improve our financial standings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, how can someone get in touch with you if they were ready to get started with the home buying process?
Bro, the first thing you do, you better talk to Ed Averett. That's my man right there. Look, the Averett Home Group is the bomb shindiggity. I don't know if I can say, since we was talking about
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm being real. First of all, get with Ed, right? Let's talk about how much equity you have in that property. What do you owe versus how much your home is worth? They can do comps. They can run everything for you to show you how much your home is valued in this market. And again, he can probably tell you the way that they're going to price that home. You might get multiple offers where you might get above asking. Not might. I'm telling you, I've worked with Ed, man. You're likely to get an above asking price or above asking, and you'd be far outside of what you thought was capable of getting. So first and foremost, get with your real estate agent. Find what the home is worth, because I'm gonna tell you, don't come to Greg talking about Zillow said this is how much is my home is worth.
Yeah.
But that's first. Get with Ed. And the second thing, talk to your lender. Let's really pull your credit, right? Let's really look at your debt to income ratio. Let's look at the overall picture. It's not just about moving up to get granted. It's about improving your entire lifestyle. And this is the great time to do it. So get with your lender. You can get with me, www.getexcited.com. Your boy, Greg Cooley, Excite Mortgage Group, right? Or you can go through Ed, and he's going to go through his portal, his referral partner portal to get you connected with us. So I'm excited about it, man.
All right. Sounds good. And we have our first closing together tomorrow, right? Yeah.
Boom! So I'm so excited for it, man. It was an incredible process. I thank for everything, bro. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you as well. And thank you for being on the show. I want to thank everyone for watching. We will definitely see you next week. One love.
The rent man done went up on the rent man. He ain't about to get another red cent, man. I'm about to flip the script and change the game plan. I'm about to boss it up and be my own man. Credit Karma say my score around in the 6. I heard